Okay, my computer crashed, which means that we lost all of our progress. Which, oh wait, I need to set my skills because I didn't set those before. I didn't save after setting my skills, so we'll take that, finish my prep, and let's continue. We're gonna just breeze through things. I'm just gonna breeze through it all. Come on, Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. It just loops around again. You just have to play the whole damn game over again. It would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in was shaking from side to side, front to back, and side to side. The shaking was quite regular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I had to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up well, but for me it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect could be so fun. I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored from that feeling soon enough. My front tail was pretty excited. For me, a person who's loved by talent, detecting irregularities among irregularities wouldn't be that difficult. Ah, how boring. Hey, Nagito! Welcome back! On the other side of the dark room I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships! That's right, so that's it. This is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence is starting to bore me. This feels like a Black Mirror episode. The overfamiliar attitude, that friendly smile. Underneath that skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who are already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Kameda. I've already finished in my pants. Lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that, definitely lucky. Lucky? So that's your talent then. What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. I was a lucky student. Possess? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? Your eyes in Hope Speak Academy too, right? So you're one of us. One of us! Part of the ship, part of the crew. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. This world is full of boring people. Boring people who lack talent stick together and oppress those who possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level of despair. Deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation, and perhaps does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world, not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations of you, huh? That's completely different from me. But why? What are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well, using people is a talent too. Now it's my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person. Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me, it rests in my pocket. It's Mechamaru! I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? Ikazabaka. Damn those nails, Nagito. Will I be able to kill her this time, the person I hate so much? Hate? Then explain your hand. This? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. They call me Solidus Snake. I am Solidus Snake. This hand's personality is taking me over. Oh, no, Snake. Oh, Snake. I'm your brother, Snake. You must listen to me, Snake. We must defeat Metal Gear. Even now, it still hasn't rotted. Metal Gear. Maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Metal Gear. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy too. Because she's my sworn enemy because I hate her so much. Ikusamukuro. I became part of Ikusamukuro, or Junko. But I'd rather them say Ikusamukuro because that's a more fun name to say. Do I hate her? That's strange. Huh? Look out the window, we're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's gonna happen on that island once we get there. What's gonna happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know because I'm loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you are boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? And we beat the chapter, guys. We beat the chapter. Huh? What is this? Oh no, I've seen what lies behind this door. No, Alphonse, don't open the door, Edward. This door, and behind that door lies truth. No, Edward, don't do it. Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? My brother, my body lies behind the door, my arm and my left leg. We didn't see Nagito's left leg. Nagito has been the full metal despair this whole time. Where am I supposed to go? Oh! Huh? Isn't this a classroom? No, it's a violin. Can't you guys read? It's a violin. But even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why does our teacher have tentacles? What's happened to the moon? We must kill our teacher within a year? What? And I arrived at a place that looked like an animus. It's not connecting. I've lost internet connection. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before, when we all gathered in that classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island, and our sensei who could move at Mach 8 speed. Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? Jesus, I need to stop smoking weed before I stream these games. Oh, Maida! Can anyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Host Peak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. Blah, 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 blah. Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? He definitely said, welcome to Host Peak Academy. But why would this place be Host Peak Academy? And not just that. What is a graduation exam? Isn't the killing already over? I want to know about that violin. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. Yeah, let's go find Asahina! It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle us, like the funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go and clear things up. This way. Hey, oh damn it, we can't go in the store. Asahina, where are you? Asahina. I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not gonna cower away anymore. I brace myself and cautiously open the door. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. Who's there? It was a normal gymnasium. Hey guys, Hajime! You heard the announcement and came here too, huh? You guys did too, right? Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Host Peak Academy or something. That cannot be possible! You're right, any way you look at it, it's impossible. Computer, end simulation! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Host Peak Academy? Phew. Where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock, I just told you, this is Host Peak Academy. There's no way in hell that's true. I mean, this is definitely Host Peak Academy. What's left of it anyways? What's left of it? Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Host Peak Academy fell to ruins. You're serious about that? Mechamaru returns! Fell to, I mean, they were doing things they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean? I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Host Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. It's not like I did this for you guys. I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone. Enough with this bullshit, just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruins, and it means I made this Host Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between? What do you mean made? Are your minds getting grumbles that only knowledge can satisfy? Well, good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. You're planning to make us do something, aren't you? It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. What is this graduation exam? I'm conflicted, you know. I'm really happy you're finally gonna graduate. Other than I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay with the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Stay here. You're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we want to stay here. That's what we said in the first game too. You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Meaning you guys are just extras until the guests of honors arrive. So, enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Host Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all that information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. 3 Sword Zoro with a 4-month resub! Thank you so much for that support, 3 Sword Zoro, and welcome back to the Super Family! Please rest assured and strive to do your very best during your field trip. Leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killings are finished, he was still the same as usual. Outside world main cast. Somehow I have a bad feeling about this. You got it, Star Wars. But that's impossible, right? How did we make it back to Host Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible, unless this is all in VR. Guys, just reach up and take your headsets and VR off. I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building is really Host Peak Academy? This is the Host Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long? What in the world is going on? Damn it, why is this happening? Why? Look, it's me. I was finally able to attend Host Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? Is that what you're thinking? Just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you have it or you don't. It's nothing to do with ever. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blind by your admiration for Hope Peak Academy you couldn't even see that? Yep, just nobody. If I really am a nobody, then you should have left me alone. Why do I have to go along with something like this? Did something happen? Now is not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means? Just what the heck is Monokuma anyways? He's not a part of Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monomi are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of. So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma. The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island. Regarding that matter, I believe Monomi never once denied that. Even if they're our allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation because she was a program. Programmings are best girls. Oh, best girls. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do? Well, that's obvious. If you're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right? Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. I guess it's better than people dying. Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? If he's telling us to investigate like we have been. Alright, I'm gonna do it. We might be able to learn about something about Host Peak Academy about ourselves. I don't care, we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. Can we go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? Let's all leave this island alive by any means. More investigation. Oh my goodness, okay. None of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. So, what are we gonna do? Can we start already? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions from inside this building. Thanks, shirt. You're already going? What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious? She obviously isn't thinking about anything. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. Unless we're all programs. It's not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at a green light, we'd never reach our goal. Akane already took off on her own. It might be fast if we split up and look around. Like Sonya said, there's no more killing. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Or do we? I'll go on ahead. See you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium. I shall do my best. And obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everybody. Please excuse me. Miss Sonya! Please don't leave me! I'll be in danger if I'm alone. The only thing Miss Sonya's in danger of is getting to D! Just a little bit more and it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. Hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home. Whoo, man, alright, save again. Save there. Man. Oh, let's click on Monokuma. Ha! Cute. So, things we've established. A, we're in a computer program. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. The hallway, there's something strange to it. As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movements. So, I think the library is where we want to go. That's a biolab. No, this is the library. Is there a library? Dojo? Dojo! What's this? A Vigmo game? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect inside this building to make sense. Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? It's almost like Monokuma left it for us. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first you ask? To live it. Oh. So just as I thought Monokuma made this, I totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. It looks way too sexy. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. Is that a Reddit snoo on there? It looks like a Reddit snoo on there. Oh, damn it, it's not a Reddit snoo. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Host Peak Academy history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Host Peak Academy. Host Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Host Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. We're not going to actually show the manga because that's way too much artwork that we can't afford right now. It's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Host Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department! Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department were quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Host Peak Academy decided to an endless stream of applicants. Host Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners. What a bunch of losers. With this, Host Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Host Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. Incident triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Here we go. The tragedy of Host Peak Academy. Crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Didn't seem right. The ending was still summoned like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus these phases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy, the tragedy, the tragedy, the tragedy, the tragedy, the tragedy. This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga, the Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was a reserve student. That's weird. You're here again. And the thing that's weird is you, of course. Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say? Maybe we don't exist and we were put in with all the other students because we're another traitor. They're two traitors. Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve corps students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourselves with a sealing no jutsu. You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memories of what happened. It happens pretty often, not that I know anything about that though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. What the heck? Oh god, not another one. The armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect the Japanese dojo? This cherry is in full bloom. It may be a tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry inside a dojo, but this situation looks bizarre. I don't want to do another trial. I don't want to do another trial, man. I'm not ready for another trial. Please don't let me do another trial. Is this another manga? No, this one is. Manga for more on the tragedy of Host Peak Academy. Here we go. This one looks good. It's why Host Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it's the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Once again, it's called a manga, but we don't get to see it at all because they don't have the budget for drawing manga. Hey, look, it's Japanese Nicolas Cage. What's up, Japanese Nicolas Cage? To see what I could learn about the event known as Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries, but we can't show you because we don't have enough funding to actually draw it. What's written here is, as the name suggests, tragedy. The key player, Izuru Kamukura. That's a new name. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Are we Izuru? Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as a symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. Is it Junko? 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered. 13. We started with 16, 13. It would be. That means there's no. That means only 3 left. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. Jesus, fuck school. A certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. Junko! That student uncovered what the Academy did, and was by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began, and that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy. Eventually, that incident would lead to the horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that we know as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Danganronpa 0. No, it's not. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What? Irony. For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like this is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. He's always has led to something offensive. He's seriously pissing me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was a true meaning of hope, but for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. Maybe we are Izuru. Here it's said that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason for doing something like that. I've learned about the tragedy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is far worse, right? What kind of incident was it, and who's this other student that isn't easy to? A certain student secretly hid it within his school. Ikusamakuro! The mysteries just keep piling up! Where to now? Is the lab open now? Yeah. Raw! I'm so hard-boiled! More manga. What's with this room is cold? It's like a freezer. Investigate. What's in the manga? Another manga just laying around. This time the title is The Biggest, Most Awful, Most Tragic Event in Human History. Like, I think no matter what, I'm gonna be disappointed in what this thing is, so... Alright. Just what was that incident all about? It might turn out to be something lame, I agree. This looks like some artwork from the author of Spiral. That's some best horror manga artist. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most tragic moment. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? The beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. Tragedy was simply the trigger. I'm not going to read tragedy out again because Junji Ito. Yeah, that looks like some Junji Ito art right there. That's some good stuff. At first, the uprising by the reserve corps students that triggered the tragedy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continues to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities came to light. It was too late. The end and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weak. And soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times when senseless death was the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths at the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of hope, they use it for the sake of despair. Key members use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy programmers wrote software to spread despair. Powerful people spread despair. They create the tragedy. As long as despair exists, despair engulfing the world never end. We're going to be shortening this. I don't want to read all that extra stuff, man. My heart was racing, but my blood felt icy cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing this room. The biggest fuck. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My friends, my family, the convenience store, my favorite restaurant, what's happened to them? Are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Why would you enjoy reading something like this? You don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an off-slave who doesn't like to eat candy. What is this messed up manga? It's the truth. But for you not to remember that, such despair, because we're despair. Not thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible. How many times do I have to tell you all the clues are real? Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't understand the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. So if Monokuma's on our side, we are the ultimate despair. We're the ultimate despair. That's why Nagito wanted the traitor to live, because Nagito likes hope. Does that make Nagito not part of ultimate despair? If we're ultimate despair, Nagito likes hope, so that's why he wanted to kill us all. Monokuma likes us, so Monokuma is helping spread despair. We are the reserve corps student that was the ultimate hope and then changed the ultimate despair. Something like that. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. While as a headmaster, I'm conflicted. On one hand, I'm really happy. On the other hand, I'm worried. That's why I'm thinking about telling you, so you can make a decision. Flashbacks. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm gonna do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Like now. Okay, where are we going now? Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to somebody... Pronoun games, man. Are they connected to both a tragedy and tragedy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. Ultimate despair. If they're actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they're called ultimates. Then are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use, I'm gonna freeze. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Okay, where are we going? What has opened up? Ah, shit. What has opened up? The next floor down? No. Ah! Classroom 5B. You want 5B? Leave it. No, I should ignore it. I should just pretend I didn't see him. What if I want to talk to him? Why, hello! I hope you're doing pleasantly well. Are you pleasantly well? You're pleasingly well. What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place, but he has no hands. How can you draw manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga. It's like a sumo wrestler. I'm getting really fed up with all your babbling. What do you need to tell me? It's about the key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Ultimate Despair! Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl! A high school girl? Junko Inoshima! Junko returns! As a former Ultimate Despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the Ultimate Despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. No! Fuyuhiko, you hold on a damn second, man! That's the second time you interrupted something juicy, Fuyuhiko. I don't know what the Ultimate Despairs are. It's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people should join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy should have an uncanny power to attract others. That's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout the history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko! With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat? Then what was their purpose? What? To spread despair. There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose. It was Junko Inishima's despair. Despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko as Junko. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie, Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko is full of so much despair she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the Ultimate Despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so the Ultimate Despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was for their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children, they dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of reserve corps students during Hope tragedy? Final days. Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department? They fulfilled their roles as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. 2,357 students all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide? All 2,357 students? What an oddly specific number. Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate Despair, Junko. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko is already dead. Interesting. How do you know that? Hold the fuck up. How do you know that? You didn't see? There was a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. No, wait, what was that you said about killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took their own life because the raiding students worked together to defeat her. That's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy. For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn by with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind failed. Killing school life was Junko. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko is dead. Okay, fair enough. It turns out that killing school life was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever. Thank you! Thank you! Oh, Fuyuhiko! I'm sorry. Fuyuhiko, thank you for shortening that god-awful name. Like, seriously, that, like... Oh god, you're so good. Biggest, most awful, whatever. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy, forced them to kill each other. And she took away their memories, that's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students of Hope's Peak were widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope, they kill each other for the sake of survival. They were trying to fill everyone who watched with despair. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by despair she created, she took her own life. Junko's no more. No matter how horrible she was, there is no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko isn't alive anymore. You know, based on how Danganronpa works and programs work in Danganronpa, I wouldn't be surprised if this Monokuma was programmed by Junko, because that's just how programming works. If Junko is already dead, are the rest of the ultimate despair behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making a skill to this, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. If the students of Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to someone fake. This is really an imitation. Are those surveillance cameras the same too? We're gonna wake up, and I'm gonna be a girl. I'm gonna be Junko. I'm gonna be Junko's right hand grafted onto Solid as Snake. Are they broadcasting it somewhere just like the surveillance cams during Killing School Life? Junko! Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really want you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it. Oh, well, I'll just raise the flag. What do you mean, raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. It changed. It's so sudden. What's going on to make something happen? I already decided that I'm not gonna be surprised. There's no time to be surprised. Akane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened? Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. Who? I don't know, it's just my gut after all. It's my gut! Her gut's pretty impressive. That's not all that's impressive about her. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming out surprise, but her gut must be correct again this time. Nope. Are we finally gonna use the damn theater room? We're finally using the theater room! Oh, the music room, sorry. Ah, the Future Foundation. I feel like I can see something strange. Monument. Why would there be a monument here? Dun, dun, dun. Future Foundation. Below that, a short passage. To combat the biggest fucking hell, the graduates of Hope Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. We made the Future Foundation! It's normal Byakuya! Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma has made this up. So, yeah, cool. Future Foundation, the good guys. So, Future Foundation's the good guys. Monomi's a good guy. Chiaki's a good guy. We're all bad guys. Oh, that's his Valence camera? Hologram. What's this? Words are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? Pass it from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information of a person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. Well, that's interesting. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they are a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. So if it's 15 plus Chiaki, is that what this is talking about? We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. That's about us, plus Chiaki. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World Program. What a fucking anime name. Neo World Program. I have never once heard the word Neo ever used outside of anime, but anime loves the word Neo. Unless you count The Matrix. Although Matrix is pretty anime too. Survivors of Hope Peak Academy. 15 students. Is that us? Excluding Chiaki. What does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. Because this is all us. The biggest, most awful, most tragic fucking shit isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. The Academy survivors have been added to the truth bullets. And there is the Animatrix. So, if the Matrix isn't anime, Animatrix definitely is. Future Foundation's on our side. They were founded by the graduates, took us in to protect us. But that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, his true identity must be the Ultimate Despairs. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. Research facility on Jabberwock, what's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was the ancient ruins. There's no way that's the research facility. This is all a computer simulation. Why does it matter? Somehow there's still so many mysteries. There's a Matrix anime. It's the Animatrix. It's literally the Animatrix. It's a Matrix anime movie, which I haven't watched, but I've heard great things about. Office. List of subjects. This feels different from a classroom. It's all the bukkake, it's all the pixelated bukkake flowers. The room has that stuffy teacher vibe. The office, now that you mention it, it does look like that. More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonya? I don't see her anywhere. Oh, I just want to get that poontang. Monitors. Holograms. Looks like the passage from email. Guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko, the fact remains they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy has not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. I guess that's understandable. Fuck. Is it terrible as it sounds? It's pretty much an all-out war. For the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war. There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Despair High School. blackboard. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? Our names! List of subjects. Names I've seen before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. Oh, Hiyoko. Wait, what the fuck? Hajime, Chiaki, Kazuichi, Akane, Sonya, Pekko, Nagito, Gundam, Ultimate Imposter, Mahiru, Mikan, Ibuki, Teru, Nekomaru, Fuyuhiko, Hiyoko. So that's all of our names, including Chiaki's. There's a newspaper. Hiyoko. I mean, I don't care about Hiyoko, sorry. She's not that young. Why is Hiyoko a little girl? The same Hiyoko, right? Hiyoko we knew is a little bitch girl. Yeah, this ain't a little bitch girl. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see a resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, she didn't have boobs before. I remember I masturbated to her. What? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Saionji on here. Oh, Hiyoko has an older sister the same... Fucking hell. Fucking hell, Kazuichi. I mean, look at it yourself. That's not Hiyoko. Shut up, Kazuichi. It's not like I was that close to her or anything. She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is Saionji's only Saionji family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister. Fucking hell, Kazuichi. Kazuichi is trying very hard to be our next little toked up weed guy. What do you say? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. Yeah, but you see, whenever you enter into the world of Sword Art Online, you get to create your own avatar, so your avatar doesn't really look at you like your real life person, just kind of slightly. And so that was Hiyoko's avatar when she created her body in Sword Art Online. She was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead! Regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair. Now what the heck, this is the truth. If this is the truth, then Hiyoko in this newspaper is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Could it be related to that list of subjects over there? If it says subjects, maybe it means there was an experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hiyoko's body? Just saying out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? I mean that we are also test subjects, right? Our names are written on the blackboard as a list of subjects. What kind of experiment is that? It's the Animus. We're all already dead. This is just one man's delusions. You didn't realize you were already dead. 1 second has passed. I feel like I've seen it before. Izuru Kamakura. Yeah, was his name Izuru Kamakura earlier? And I was saying, like, man, what a hard name to say. You can now go on to the next stage. Alright. Is that what the name was before when we looked at a portrait? Was it always Izuru Kamakura? Alright. How can you do that? Now's not the time to confuse. Thinking it's just gonna waste my energy! Boop. Boop. Go! Rec room. Whoa! Gravity. It's the same name as we read before in the portrait. Interesting. It's hard to think a room actually exists inside a school. This hologram. What's this one say? It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact we are unable to ask them about specific details, it's unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some of them are wounded, so it seems certain they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, so we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we will eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. They succeed in acquiring them and place them in our care. That means we've been protected by a Future Foundation, right? Alright, let's be honest, guys. That's probably the shittiest thing to do. Like, guys, we've captured the bad guys. What should we do with these terrorists? Well, we have some kids that are about the same age as them. Let's just give them to them. Do you think that's responsible? No. Those kids that we found are like the same age as the bad guys. Let's just have them hang out together. I'm sure that's a responsible thing to do. If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why are we forced to kill each other on this island? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation would set this all up. Hey! If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyways? That's exactly what it looks like. They're Future Foundation emails. I thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking there and get them. Oh, I misread it. Whoops. Can I go back? Let me see. We've been... no. We have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Oh. Okay. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they were the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents. Well, who cares about me anyways? That's not important at all. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening now. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. Confidential! Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted vigorous research into various talents. The first cultivation plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goals. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is a next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. Detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms. I had no idea what any of it meant. The word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Peak Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope, huh? Nagito wants true hope. The chair? It's a chair. Okay. The magazines? There's even a magazine about cameras. Dartboard? Monoku would just make up... okay, I think we're done. Yeah, they gave the 15 of us to the survivors of the first game, that's for sure. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. I'm pretty much used to it by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? Totally disconnected from reality. Library. It's been a while since we saved. Let me see if I can save right now. This must be a library. Nothing gets past you. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. Oh, hey, found it. This hologram again. It must be another one of Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. To Future Foundation 14th Division, Makoto Naegi! Makoto Naegi! That's us! Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to this world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed on our ideals, right? Okay, 6 of us. Makoto Naiji, 14th Division. That's the first survivors of the first game. We are the second game. Or at least we're the survivors of the remnants of despair. And Makoto put us in here. I wonder how long it's been since the first school game then. The Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperate with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. You know, we just want to kill kids. We just want to kill some high school kids. Don't worry about it. It's for hope. Someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi. But he's with the Future Foundation, right? Why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? Email to Makoto Naegi. Naegi. Makoto. Makoto. Where we going now? Classroom. Okay. Oh hey, this is not where we were. Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. There's no use worrying about it, but I was in a school now and I'm suddenly in a laundry room. I can't click on the swimsuit! Ah, fuck. I want to click on the swimsuit. Is there really any point in getting Monokuma coins at this point? What's on the iPad? Computer tablet. It looks like the power is on too. Is this the next clue? A clue? A clue! Someone left themselves logged in on Facebook. Picked up the tablet and immediately started examining it. Oh yeah, someone left their iPad out. Neo World Program. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. I think we heard it once. Sombra. Sombra, who is Overwatch? Has another name. Overwatch! We must recall the members of Overwatch. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. Well, that doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. I'm glad we came up with the name Neo World Program. Built with the most recent psychotherapy technology administrative software to develop the Neo World Program. Individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, Ultimate Neurologist, and Ultimate Therapist. Ultimate Programmer is dead? Were among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the Neo World... Oh my god, it is an animus. It is an animus. Allows its subject to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the Neo World Program has another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of a virtual world. However, this device is for psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Seems specific, though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing. Abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. You hear that, James? Stop fucking using our cranial program for porn. God damn it. Slowly, everything turned black. Synthetic virtual world. Program, a feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like this world's collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. I feel like it was a trap. Trap. Chihiro! Chihiro's a trap! I knew it all along. Desperate attempts, the sad goodbyes, the conflicts, the trust I felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I felt is despair. Ah! I screamed loudly as if confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept... Who fucking wrote this? Who fucking wrote this? There's no way I can accept this. I'm starting to accept that. Wow, that's good writing right there. That's some quality writing. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists. I can't accept this. I'm accepting it. You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. I think I'm beginning to believe it's real. Including me too? I mean, we're gonna continue, guys. You don't have to tell me to continue. How are you doing? By the way, you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you, the world truly deserves... What the world truly deserves to be called a game. Has the only one watching you can save them. The end of the world is nigh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Heart throbbing. Hoo 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 hoo. This hallway. When we first arrived, I walked down the hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I don't really see a resemblance, but... Bum 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 bum. Thank goodness I have this tab map open. Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo, when your health improves, after taking a fake medicine you believe is real. The nocebo is the opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why'd you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh? I'm not sure, I don't fully understand. Yeah, wrong way. Hey, Monokuma. The moment you discover the truth was a lie, all hope will disappear. What else do we have to learn about this animus? Wow, we oh shit, guys! Look! It's the containment of all knowledge that's at the end of Lucy. Whoa! The end of Lucy! Is this floating? Oh, hey, version 6.0 in One Piece Treasure Cruise is coming out. Oh shit, good stuff in One Piece Treasure Cruise is coming out. Oh, we gotta go back to One Piece Treasure Cruise after this then. That's impossible, there's no way something this big would be floating like this. But what in the world is it? And the moment I looked at the object... It's the ending of Lucy. Oh, Chihiro! Welcome to the Neo World program! Chihiro's alive! Oh, hail Chihiro! Best trap. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person, I'm simply an AI. It would make me happy if you called me Alter Ego. This is my name my master gave me when he created me. It can talk! That's rude. We call him he. AI. I'm the master programmer behind the Neo World program. I make programs because that's how programming works in Danganronpa. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence. In fact, my existence is one you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. Sure, but the virus, Monokuma. This world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on! My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier again. This floating feeling, my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can't feel my feet on the ground, like I can't even believe my own existence. Where is this place? Tell me, what is Neo World Program? Has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world. As such, only the data we collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island, where this research facility is located. That's why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Ergo, if I'm to answer your question, where is this place? Mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain ports of it are different depending on the circumstance. For example, this school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing before you too. However, even without the virus, these circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstance of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the observer of the Neo World program. Most of those words, I understand what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There's no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make more sense if this was a fictional world. Well, it is. Yeah, this world is a fictional world. I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality, all the mysteries, all the truths, they're all just fiction. Is that? Even so, I need to know. I need to know what this world is. Hey, can you tell me? Can you tell me what was a Neo World program used for in the first place? Neo World program serves only one purpose. To make the real world a splendid one. It's a program for creating hope. A program for creating hope? The fact that we're here and the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the Neo World program. With the installed memory control unit, it's possible to remove any time period you set it to. You upload the memories obtained in the virtual world, removing memories of any time period you set to. Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? It's a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the survivors of Hope Speak Academy while it's still in its experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us. But they were trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I were more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new worlds have made my head feel like it's about to bust. Can you tell me more about the Observer and that virus? Well, for this session, the Neo World program was programmed to house 15 people along with 2 monitors. Teacher and one of the students, yeah? Monomi and Chihiro. And Chiaki. They are intended to guide the participants in this way. By the way, the observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authorities at all, so they'd seem the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? The teacher creates the rules of this world and manages them. If the teacher was properly managing the rules they've created, there's no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed this world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The Neo World program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? It's fucking Monokuma. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole a portion of my abilities. It contained my authority to build the world. It's like it has I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control, but even so, a portion of the world has been modified at its convenience. Monokuma is just like magically powerful after all. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart it surpasses this Alter Ego. What the heck? An artificial intelligence waging an attack against another. That's freaking irritating. How did that virus infect the Neo World program? I don't like using this as a plot device. Things like this bug me a lot as plot devices. This seems very Deus Ex-y to me. As, oh yeah, no, it's all a computer program. None of this existed. By the way, the computer program was all written by another computer program, and Monokuma, which was a computer program, is just super awesome computer program that can just do things because it's a computer program. And like, no one really knows what computers do. Like, no one really understands computers, and that's the important thing. Is because computers are such mysteries, we can make them do whatever they want because computers are super smart. And so like, as a plot device, I find it very flimsy and a little annoying. The Neo World program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain someone physically uploaded it. Physically. Perhaps someone secretly brought a USB into the facility and directly uploaded it to a computer where the Neo World program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's most likely what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation facility, but the only person who could enter that facility is a member of the Future Foundation. What am I thinking? Why am I assuming that I just heard it? What I heard is the truth. Why am I assuming that everything is a lie? Observers. Truth bullet. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas, so it has a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. In order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and... Even if you're just a god in machine, literally referencing Deus Ex, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say something more, suppose that you exist between life and despair, the death of yourself is inevitable. If so, it can be parallel to the... It's just shit that they're saying right here. It's just shit. Uh-huh. Death, 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 death. Death, 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 death. Hey! Death, 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 death. Come on. Hey, Makoto Naegi. What the heck? What just happened? You're right there, aren't you? Someone's right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the earlier one? Maybe you can't hear my voice from this side. I'm currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into that space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted, even though we were forced to watch you this entire time. The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced to watch us? I really want to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders were no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The New World program is beyond our control now. In that world, that person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means it's working, then it means the person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Looks like this guy can't even hear or see me. Just who is this guy? It's Makoto Naegi. Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you're there listening to me. I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help. We didn't imagine something like this would happen. We never expected such shitty things would happen and Monokuma be amazingly powerful and just make things happen. It's not just a virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unaware about whether or not to run the program on you guys, but this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. What did he want to save us from? Why would this save us? You're already seeing the password to enter the graduation ground exam, right? Leon. That's the number we found at Nezumi Castle. Hope fragments. From there, you guys are supposed to challenge the graduation exam. I prepared a password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left Leon password in a place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagito, who saw it first, would erase that password. Anyway, I am also the person who set the password to that number. Secret. Left a number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting that to you all. I'm entrusting it to your future. I'm so annoyed at this pronoun game. I'm so annoyed we keep saying that person and stuff like that. Just give me the shit, dude. Just give me the answer. I'm sure they are gonna crush you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up on hope. I want you to withstand it until I get there, because I have a secret to defeat them. Secret plan to defeat Monokuma. It's in a worst case scenario where an observer who has the role of teacher has gone rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. Forced shutdown sequence. Even the teacher authority can't stop that command, and that you guys can choose on your own independent of the observer. Which means if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you'll win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. In order to do that, you need to know how to blah 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 blah. Do. Come on. Come on, let's get to juicy things. I'm tired, I don't like going in circles. What was that? What was that weirdness just now? Nothing really. I see. Oh well, anyway, that's what all the hints you're gonna get. No good AI tells you any more useless stuff. I'm gonna butt it in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. About that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see, it'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. prevent the virus invasion with all my might so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you all. Do your best. Do our best, huh? Is that why there had to be 5? Because then it's fewer than half? Oh, I guess 7 would have been good enough for fewer than half. The mystery is getting solved. I'm finally starting to see the truth. But what are we supposed to do if the truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that no one wants to hear, but still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings, too. Even though we hadn't experienced something as painful as that, something as tragic as that, wouldn't that all be meaningless, too? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? Shutdown sequence. Oh boy. Here we go. Another trial. Alright. Enter the red door. See you soon.